We found out Rashee's not going to be able to play in the game. Obviously, the broken toe he's been dealing with for a long time. As just a fellow receiver, like, what can you say about his season? Kind of what he, gave to you. What he went through to finish the season and keep playing.
That man's a warrior. I saw him come in every day, deal with injuries, and still practice, still play. You saw the body of work throughout the season. It's just part of it. He's got a future. He's got to look out for his interests, and I'm not mad at him for it. Nobody's mad at him for it. We're happy that he's in that position to be able to do that. As far as the receiver room, it's next man up. That's how we get down. We've dealt with injuries all year, moving pieces around, people around. That's just how it goes. This is a game. We'll be fine.
You get a bigger opportunity because of that too. I mean, what does it mean for your final game to have that type of a showcase opportunity too?
It'd be great to go out with one final, just great game. But if we win, that's all I'm really worried about. I'm not too concerned about personal stats or anything like that. I just want to win. I haven't won a bowl game since I've been here, so that's the most important thing to me.
You haven't even gotten to play the last couple of years because of the circumstances. How gratifying is it just to cap off the year this way?
Yeah, just to be able to actually play the game will be pretty special. It's been a while since we've been able to take a trip. I think 2019 was the last time we played in a bowl game. So to actually play will be fun. It should be a great experience. Hopefully the guys have a lot of fun when we get out to Albuquerque.
Going back to that 2019 one, obviously it wasn't the performance you guys wanted. Do some of the guys that were around you guys say something like, "Hey, like we weren't in the right"?
Yeah, we've had conversations throughout the week, making sure that doesn't happen again. We just didn't show up ready to play, and that can't happen this year. So we're all in on being focused and ready by game time.
As somebody who spends the whole game running up and down the field, when's the last time you played at high elevation, and is that a concern?
Man, I haven't played in elevation. I played a baseball tournament in 2015 in Arizona, but that's about the last time. Hopefully we get out there early enough to kind of acclimate. Everybody's hydrating and on top of their nutrition. That's just part of the game. We can't make excuses. That's just how it goes. Yeah.
Just curious, what's the worst environment, like weather-wise, you've played at ever?
It's got to be one of those Navy games, man. God, I want to say either 2018 or 2019. We played at Navy, and it was towards the end of the year. And the wind was blowing in off the water. It was snowing. I was miserable. It was hard. It was a tough one. It gets cold out there, but hopefully it's with the altitude and everything, it's a drier cold, so Dallas cold is different than cold out there. I've spent some time in Colorado, in the winters, so I kind of know what it's like, but to play football is a whole different animal, so we'll see.
Is there an element to when you're playing where it's like you kind of get an adrenaline and you're kind of not thinking about it, or is it
definitely
hard not to? You know what I mean?
There's lulls in the game where you might think, oh, it's kind of cold, but you kind of got to kick that intrusive thought out and just stay focused on the mission at hand, which is winning the game, playing the game. If you let the weather affect you, then that's just one more thing you have to overcome.
Coach at BYU does a good job of keeping everything in front of him. You guys have faced some defenses that dictate that. How valuable is that experience against those defenses, and then how do you guys continue to just kind of stay patient, stay with it if that's what you guys end up getting?
This group's battle tested. We've seen some defenses that just like to drop 8 and try to keep everything in front. TCU, Tulsa, UCF did it to us some. So we're used to it. We're prepared. We know we're gonna have to be patient, and when our shots come, we gotta hit them. Because we're going to take our shots. We're going to play how we play. We're not going to let them dictate what we do. We're going to play our game. So.
What have you noticed from there was a point where you guys were 3-4, and obviously you have done well enough to get to 7-5. I mean, previous years you guys started hot, kind of fell low. I guess what difference have you noticed in the team since maybe you were 3-4 and now you're kind of going to a bowl game like this?
I would say it had a lot to do with the off season. We set our intentions on finishing, and the season hasn't gone how we expected it to, and that happens sometimes. But I'm proud of this team for how we've continued to fight. We show up every week, and nobody lays down. And yeah, to see us finish November 3-1 was huge. SMU hasn't done that in a long time, so that was important. Kind of just changing the past, not making the same mistakes.